I started by saying the Cowboys play like that, they win the Super Bowl. What do you think? What do you think?
Well, yeah, if they play like that, they do. But, it's the ebbs and flows of the season, man. Last week losing to Green Bay, blowing that lead. And, they put it all together. And I thought this was one you could see from a mile away. If you're like a Minnesota fan, I think you knew this was going to happen. I just didn't think you knew it was going to be 40-3. Like the way y'all Jets fans know something's going to happen. I feel like Vikings fans know in like a different way. And this was free money, man. If you were on Dallas, because it's just that pass rush. And as soon as Darisaw went out of the game, you got to worry about that if you're the Vikings, like 2 concussions in 2 weeks, and then you got a short week this week, so he's not going to play in that game. It just makes such a big difference playing against this front. Micah Parsons is scary. I know there's some people that are around him statistically as edge rushers in the NFL right now, but it's just when you're seeing your first action and you're that backup tackle and you're staring across from you and you're looking at Micah Parsons, it's just unfair. And same thing on the other side. Lawrence was great. They hit him 9 knockdowns in the first 23 plays, 6 sacks. It was just a dominant performance. And Tony Pollard, not just big hole. He's hitting the big hole for 70 yards or whatever it was. Like, he had a bunch of yards over expectation. He adds a different element. And then Zeke still gets his touches down by the goal line. So Dak was perfect, man. He was really great. And I just can't believe this was once a conversation, Cooper Rush.
That's right.
Dak, the whole thing. It's wild what can change in a couple weeks or months in the NFL.
Look, and I know you had the chuckle of, it's tough to play like that consistently in the NFL. And I'm like, if they play like this, they win the Super Bowl. But why can't this be in the realm of what the Cowboys do consistently from here on out, especially if Odell Beckham saw that and he goes, I'd like to join it? Why not?
Well, that's the crazy thing, because, Odell comes out a couple of days ago and says, like, hey, New York or Dallas, right? And you couldn't have seen 2 games go any different yesterday. And he's needed so much in New York. I mean, they lose another receiver yesterday there, and they were already so thin. But he would also fit pretty nicely in Dallas. And as you said, one of the reasons the Minnesota loss is so frustrating, the 2 blowout losses for them, and them being, I think there are 146 teams that have ever been 8-2. And, they're the only ones with the negative point differential at this juncture. And the most disturbing part about that, because I don't think winning close games is a bad thing. I really don't. But I do believe in the value of looking at the point differential. These 2 blowouts, they're not just bad, but they're the 2 teams you got to beat in the NFC. So, if you're the Vikings, you look at this team, whether you think they're 1 and Philly's 2, or whether you think it's the other way around, these are the 2 teams you got to go through. And it's not like, Kirk is a trusted commodity in the playoffs. We haven't seen a big enough sample size. So it's kind of scary for Minnesota to find out what you found out about yourself this Sunday. And then you got to go play the Pats on a short week. Like, what are they going to do to Jefferson? That's going to be really interesting, how they're going to take him away. And how will they respond up front? Because they're going to see a whole different kind of ball game where pressure's manufactured and the scheme's kind of crazy and the whole thing. But, the Cowboys are really good. I don't know if they're the best team in the NFC. I don't know who it is. I mean, and yesterday the Eagles didn't look great, and they missed Dallas Goedert, and they were making adjustments. But that defense stepped up for them too, in a different way. So that Christmas Day game, I don't know, like, if there's a Nielsen rating, like, kind of over under bet it could break your TV set. I think it's going to be such a big game on Christmas Day between Philly and Dallas.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.